Welcome, 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 and thank you for joining us for another beautifully blessed, peaceful, prosperous, productive, and phenomenally powerful night. We are your hosts, Tori the Barber, the one and only, the only one that is the son of the man with the plan. My right hand man, Free Will Code.
What's happening, y'all? Free Will Code in the building. Thank you and welcome to another edition of the Free Will Podcast, where we create a community that inspires and empowers growth. You know, we're helping each other become the best versions of ourselves. What's happening to how you doing today, my boy?
Wow, we back in the building for another one. I feel like DJ Khaled every time I see that John.
Yes, sir. Something about that intro, bro. Get me hype every time.
I know. I hope it get them hype, how it get us hype.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, people in my family be like, my mama do it sometimes. She be like, welcome. I say, yeah.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? It's time to get down.
You remember when I used to do that little thing on my stories when I used to be like, what I used to say?
Another day,
another pound. Like, people used to be saying, another day, another pound. How it go?
Another day, another round. You already know what's going down.
But that just go to show when you consistent, man. When you consistent with something, it's like trademark. You know what I'm saying? People kind of like start to catch on. So
yep, and you gotta have the energy with it too. There gotta be a reason for it to be trademark. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. But man, how was your day today?
Oh man, today was a damn good day in a lot of ways, in a real way. I've been saying that a lot lately, in a real way.
In a real way,
today,
you picked it up on some corner, huh?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It be like that.
No, what you call him be saying that? Your boy Aaron the plumber. I don't know if you know who that is.
Oh, yeah.
He was like in a real way.
Yeah.
But I like that. But man, today was an extremely productive and prosperous day. And yeah, man, like I had this for the past 2 days. I've been having this little headache, and just I don't know, it's just been lingering. And it's been slight, but it's just been lingering. But I shook that today, so I'm grateful for that, man. But all praise is due to the Most High. How was your day, Mr. Coat?
Man, my day was pretty good. Woke up, you know what I'm saying? I woke up early like I was supposed to.
Oh yeah.
Handle my business. And you know, overall it was a productive day. It was a smooth day. I kept my the topic that we're talking about today, conscious, because I really wanted to. This is a very serious one, I believe. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait to get into it, so I kept that on my mind all day. But otherwise, I'm grateful.
Oh yeah, Mr. Cole. Telling people what you're grateful for.
Listen. First and foremost, I'm grateful for God Almighty. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for Yahweh. You know what I mean?
Yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for my lady. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
Grateful for her. She's you know what I'm saying? It about to be time to make that move, if you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Don't play with him, stay with him. You heard?
Don't play with him, stay with him. They say it's cheap. You know what I'm saying? But listen.
Come on.
Listen, I'm grateful for all my people around me. I'm grateful for my family, all my friends. Shout out to all my peoples, you know what I'm saying? Lord, I'm grateful for my will. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for the will that I have. With will, anything is free. You know what I'm saying? You can patent that. You dig? I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for having a pair of shoes. I got a couple of pairs of shoes now. You know what I'm saying? I ain't used to have like shoes where I could like switch it up and stuff, but I got a few pairs of shoes now. So
and rotation.
I'm grateful for that. I don't even put them in rotation. I'd be scared. You know what I'm saying? If I go to work, I wear a good 2, 3, maybe 4 pairs of shoes and rotate it for work. My other stuff,
you're winning.
My other stuff, I'm stepping. You know what I'm saying? That's stepping out shoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, you winning.
So I'm grateful for that privilege, man. What about you? What you grateful for today?
Well, first thing first, all praises
yes,
to the Most High. Yes, Lord, thank God.
Yeah.
Gotta give God the praise, the glory, and everything that He deserves. Yes, Lord, in a real way. Man, I'm just so thankful, man. I'm thankful for Him. I'm thankful for my best friend, man, the General. You dig? I'm thankful for her and everything that she do, all the value that she bring to my life, and even the value that she bring to the podcast. In a real way, man. Just thankful for a lot of opportunities that we have, that we're gonna be having coming up with different things. She played a part in it. So I'm just grateful for just her contribution to everything that y'all get to enjoy as y'all view it as the viewers and everything like that. So definitely shouts out to her.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, her. And man, I'm thankful for all of the privileges, the major ones, the minor ones, all the privileges that I get to take advantage of every single day. And just being able to be here, you know, get on camera with a testimony, get on camera with experience, get on camera with wisdom, and you know, with just our experiences, and just get to feed y'all, man, in a major way. So I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for my clients, because I come on here as Tori the Barber every single week. So it's only right that I put y'all on the stage. You're digging me, and I'm thankful for my kids, of course. You know, Kaisley and Ave. And man, I'm just thankful for everything, man. And what is it, Coach like to say? The small blessing.
The two? Oh.
Yeah, like my small blessing. My small thing I'm grateful for. I need to create a list so I could just, you know what I'm saying? But I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for this cup of water, y'all. It's water. I'm be sipping throughout the thing, but it's water. Look, I'm playing. I ain't gonna show the brand. Y'all know the colors. You know what I'm saying? Cause we ain't getting paid. We ain't getting no check from them. You know what I'm saying? So, but nah, man, it's a blessing to be here in the building, Mr. Cole.
Yes, sir. We're gonna go ahead on and bow our heads.
Yes, sir.
For our brand new subscribers and the ones that get post notifications, yes, Lord, thank you and welcome to another edition of the Free Will Podcast. If it's your first, hopefully it won't be your last.
Yes,
if you
Lord.
don't have the D on the end that subscribe, go ahead and do so if you are willing to grow. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
You see me? I got to listen. That boy Toby putting that wordplay together. You know what I mean? He the man with that, but I got a little something up my sleeve.
Come on.
But nah. All jokes aside, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the new guests. I mean, the new viewers and our existing family. Please join our family. You do so by subscribing to us. Definitely hit that like button. You know what I mean? If you feel that if you feel that you're getting
the juice.
You know what I mean? Value is what I was trying to say. Value out this episode, man, or woman. But listen, without further ado, let's drop that.
Word on the street. Word on the street. Word on the street.
So guys, we run across a story with an inspiring black couple who decides to take safety inside into their own hands, right? So they own a trailer park full of tenants, right? And they live in a neighborhood where it's riddled by tornadoes, every year, right? And so they decide to take it into their own hands, right? So what they do is they get a school bus, take the school bus, put it underground, right? And create their own storm shelter, right? They looked at other options and everything else was too expensive. So they got the brilliant idea of purchasing a school bus for a few $100, paying the man $700 to dig inside the ground enough for the school bus to actually fit in the ground. Right. Put it in there. My man goes in there. He puts a ladder. He has a kerosene lamp. The bus can hold, give or take, about 40 people, right? 40 people, not including the aisle, I believe he says. And so they go in there. They're safe from the tornadoes, right? Yeah. And we're gonna go ahead on and roll a clip.
Yeah.
Call it riding out the storm, literally.
It's the whole bus on the ground.
A bus placed underground as a storm shelter.
I'm ready for the tornado,
James and Claudette Hunter purchased a bus 5 years ago after a tornado ripped through the trailer park they own on County Road 40 West.
It didn't do that much damage, but it picked up a trailer and threw it across the highway.
Concerned about their tenants' safety during severe weather.
So she knows it's there if she needs it.
This underground bus was a refuge during the April tornadoes and the storms that passed 2 months ago.
They were safe, and a lot of them said it's roomy, and they just had a nice time down there.
The Hunters say it was all about being frugal.
We started looking for retainers, and they were so expensive. So we started thinking about a school bus.
They found this old Autauga County school bus built in 1985 from a junkyard for only $800.
Now, this bus has 20 seats and it can fit about 75 people on it, including people standing along the aisle.
It's 9 feet underground and the bus is 27 feet long. The hunters paid a man $700 to dig a hole deep enough to cover the bus.
Then when we got all the dirt out and the bus down to the level of the ground, then we was able.
That's fine, man. What you think about that?
Man. Listen, I think the creativity of it, you know, for them to actually go that extra mile and create like a place of refuge for their tenants, you know what I'm saying? Because being in a trailer park, you are super duper exposed. You know, listen, we've seen what tornadoes do to whole houses, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But like a trailer, you know what I'm saying? That thing could get swept in the wind, so very easily. So I think that was a brilliant idea. Honestly, I feel like, I just think that was a brilliant idea.
Yeah, for sure. You know, some people are very wholesome. Some people have very, some people are very, they're very selfless, right? Like their heart is very strong, very powerful, very deep rooted into, you know, I feel like God's love, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, those people didn't have to do that. You know, they could have went and, you know, I knew the tornado coming, I'm out, you know, but not everybody could leave their homes, right? Yeah. And they took pride in it instead of blaming somebody else or being selfish. They decided to take responsibility of it and create another solution. And then on top of that, the lady, his wife, was like, you know, they were looking at other containers and that's way too expensive, right? Like they could have stopped there and was like, hey, I don't got a solution. I'm gonna go ahead on and keep moving. No, he like, listen, what about a school bus? I don't know. Like the mind is a brilliant thing. They could have seen the school bus, you know what I'm saying, flying by. They're like, hey, what about that? You know, they went and got him the school bus was like a 1989 school bus or something like that, right? And so, you know, they made that happen. Paid a guy $700 to go and dig something out of, you know, dig it up and then, you know,
yeah, I think the biggest takeaway for me with this too is one of the biggest takeaways is for every problem there is a solution.
Period.
So even though he hit a brick wall, I mean, it's not the end of the road. You just got to find another entrance. That's all it is.
Yep.
No,
period.
Don't mean never. It just means not this option. Find another option.
Yeah, that's big, man.
So what we talking about today, Mr. Cole?
Yes, sir. So I think today we're going to I'm gonna put a lot of emphasis on something that we've talked about a lot. Because I think too, out of all this personal development stuff we've been doing, we've been doing this for a while now, even before we turned on the cameras. And the big Don Dada seems to always be the emotional boy. You know, how we manage our emotions, our emotional intelligence. You know, the responsibility that we take over our emotions. You know, we put a lot of emphasis or we put a lot of stock into the intelligence or the knowledge is what I want to say, right? Knowledge. You know, we talk about the IQ thing. You know, but none of that stuff means anything if you don't have the emotional thing in check.
Yeah.
You know, there's no application there, or the quality of the application is horrible.
Right.
You know, so you know, a lot of times we don't really have control over our emotions. So
yeah,
we don't have control over it. It's just for the world. Everybody else got control of our emotions. Everybody else got say so. You know,
that's true.
But just like think about it though. What if you had control over it? What if no matter what you did, you had like you was using control of the quality of your emotions, the quality of your life. And, you know, how would that affect you? How would that affect your decisions, your relationships? You know what I mean? How would that impact you? And, you know, that's just something that you got to think about. You know, sometimes we be so stuck into our life as we know it, and we don't believe that there is a change. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, too?
I think that's a real powerful question for anybody to ask themselves. Primarily because, like you were saying, is like how, like no matter what I experience in life, because to be honest, there's always going to be external factors, things happening, lights getting cut off, car not starting, getting fired from your job, and like there's always going to be something happening somewhere. Traffic. So it's like when you run into these different encounters with things, like what if you realize you actually had 100% control of your quality of life and your experience, whatever you experience? And I just think that's a really great question, because no matter what it is, like once you realize that, I think like no matter what it is that you experience, you can control your reality in that moment. You don't have to be controlled emotionally by external things. External circumstances.
So I'll start off by telling you can, and you do.
Sure.
You have 100%. You can have 100%. I believe control over your emotions.
Yeah.
You know, and how you feel day to day. You know, and I think we have to unlearn a few things first, right?
Okay.
And
like
then
what?
we learn some things. Unlearn the fact that when we're triggered emotionally, it's what the world did to us, right? Instead of how we perceive the actions of the world.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So the first one is what we operate out of is like what the world did to us, like a victim mentality.
Right. So like if I'm feeling some type of way, it's not what they did to you. It's not what he did to you. It's not that it's too cold outside. That's how you perceive how that is too cold outside. You know what I'm saying? Like your triggers or your perception devices.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got you.
so which means that you already got that. Like that's already there within you. You know what I'm saying? So when you're thinking about times when, like, I got triggers, right? Like I got like I'm talking about some stuff that I don't like. Like I don't like when people I don't like when I don't know, because I did a lot. I've been doing this work for a while, so a lot of them I've removed, to be honest.
Well, that should be easy, right? Which one of the ones they used to bother you?
Now I won't talk about when I still got. Okay. You know what I'm saying? One I still have, because I want to put a lot of emphasis on it. One I still have is not being. It's something that happens when I feel like I'm not capable of doing, like if somebody be like, oh no, Cole, you want to do this and that, and I've been doing it for a long time. Sometimes that still get me. You know, now I'm not immature enough to where I act on that, right? But there's a I have a something that triggers a feeling of not being good enough. Like I got that. I had to own up to that a long time ago, right? And I think it comes in many different situations, and I still gotta, even though I don't really act on like I'm supposed to, I still got buffering time through it. Like I still gotta talk myself through it before I get to the other side. You feel what I'm saying? And but that's not people making me feel like that's not people making me feel like I'm not enough. That's how I perceive the actions, right?
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So what you have to do after that too is you gotta go figure out where you get that from. Where you get that from? You know?
I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Yeah.
You're not gonna always find the answer to that. Like that question, where it come from, you're not gonna always find the answer to it, because where you got it from, you probably got it from your mama when you was 3, and you just started realizing how to respond to certain things. Just like somebody asked me this before, like when did somebody, like, okay, you know when it rain outside, how people be like, man, it's ugly outside, it's mucky outside. Like when and where did they teach you that in school, that when it rains, that equates to it being ugly outside? You know what I'm saying? That equates to it being a bad day. Nobody probably directly taught you that, but you picked that up from somewhere. So when we pick up things all the time. So that question, we may not always find the answer to it, but at the very least, if you experiencing something that bothers you or triggers you, make the decision to change your response to it, or change the definition of exactly what it is that you experience, because it's the definitions that we place on things that cause us to respond a certain way, I think. Yeah,
for sure. And I agree with you. I don't think we ever a lot of the things we may not get the exact situation where it happened, but put something there though. Like put something there. Like if you think you got it from your childhood, but you don't know where you got it from your childhood at, I got this from my childhood. I got this from my mom. I got this, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you like a lot of times we don't be taking it seriously enough too. Like we try to skim past the work, you know what I mean? Like because we don't feel like it's important. But I feel like if we actually go and do the research, like my childhood, let me go question my mom, let me go sit her down. Let me go question who was else in there. Let me go sit them down, right? Like this is that important. This is the quality of your life.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like so don't be like, oh, I'm just like this. Or don't be like that just happened. I'ma just big dog your way through it. Let me tell you something. Ain't no big dog in your way through it. There ain't no big dog in your way through it. Like big dog in your way through it is actually sitting down and writing about it, asking questions about it, going to see a therapist about it, going, you know what I'm saying, watch videos on it, meditating about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like take real time to actually do this work. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, in a real way, you know, and sometimes thing that really gets me, man, is I like to, we like to play the blame game. We like to play you know what I'm saying? We like to, this person did me this, or to take it to the next step, I did me this. It's my fault. I should have never took that the way I took it. You know, and I should have acted the way, man, I'm so crazy. I'm so stupid for doing something like that, right?
Yeah.
And that's also wrong, right? Because it's not, listen, here's the principle, right? It's not you, it's not me, it's not them. It's the issue that's at stake here. It's the problem.
The problem is the problem.
The problem is the problem. Put all of your stake inside of your problem. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nobody's fault, you know, initially, but it is your fault for not taking responsibility of it.
I agree with that, Cole. I think, I'm trying to think about, I think her name is Ayala Davis.
Ayana Van Zandt?
But maybe her. The lady who had the lock, she like brown skin lady therapist on TV. Used to have like the reality therapist show. Used to go in there, like she used to talk to married couples and stuff.
Yeah, but she don't got the,
that name, David.
But so there's I think you're getting one mixed. I think you're getting because there's a one that got the locks, and then there's the one that be on the TV shows. They look alike. They look alike. Sure? So there's Ayana Van Zandt, the Save My Life lady, right? She got short hair.
Yes. Okay.
She got short hair. Then there's another one who got locks, and she kind of talks in the same way. I don't know her name. Get the hell
out of here! I thought there was two. I thought they was the same. Well, one of them.
But she's powerful though. She's very powerful. I listen to a lot of her stuff.
Well, one of them, because at this point I don't know who I'm talking about. But but one of them, she was saying about what was she saying? She was like, it was a situation where there was a problem between probably like a parent and a son or something like that, and it was like blaming each other, like, you the reason why I'm like this. No, I ain't the reason. You the one who. And she said, listen, neither one of y'all are the problem. The problem is the problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like taking that blame, because as long as you point the finger at somebody, you are victimizing yourself regardless. Listen, I don't care what happened to you. I don't care how they hurt you. It is what it is. And it's very harsh and straightforward, but they can't control how you responded to whatever was done. You gotta figure, to what Cole was saying, like, you gotta figure out why you responded the way that you responded. And like also what Cole was saying, I say that a lot, you know, it's like you may not know exactly where it came from, you know, but you inherited it somewhere, or you picked it up, or you adapted it somewhere, or adopted it. So it's just like, learn how to realize those things and then address that as the problem and not blame each other, because quite frankly, you know, sometimes we experience things with people that don't necessarily intend to hurt us. Sometimes we experience things from people who intend to hurt us. But those people who intend to hurt us, or either way, really and truly, if you took that bullet, you have to heal from that bullet. If you accepted it, you see what I'm saying? So when it's time to heal, you can blame that person and say, that person, you know, such and such, they offended me, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, although that may be true, you still have to do the work because you are clearly affected by it. So if you're affected by it, now we got to heal, and now we got a whole process to backtrack that and figure that out. But one more thing. I just want to, in this moment right here, I do want to drop this, man. For anybody who got to this point in the podcast, I do want to recommend, because it's very relevant to this topic, this book called The 4 Agreements. And one of the 4 agreements is don't take anything personally. And that's it goes extremely hand in hand with what we're talking about, because that particular agreement discusses and it kind of paints the picture for why to not take things seriously, not seriously, but personally, because if someone else offend you, intentionally or unintentionally, especially intentionally, it's more about them and less about you. And that's the biggest thing to realize here. Is like when somebody trying to hurt you, they trying to hurt you for their own personal reasons. It ain't really about you, especially if it's a stranger. So I just want to throw that out there.
Listen, I need you to free yourself. I need you to free yourself. I need you to free yourself from everything that everybody else did to you, from everything that you did to you, you know, from the things that you couldn't get done because somebody else was supposed to do it, or the times where somebody else left you alone. I need you to free yourself from that.
Hell, if I did something
that's not their responsibility to make you feel how you intending to feel. It's nobody's responsibility but you. You know, you take that responsibility. If you want it done, you go do it. If you want somebody to treat you a certain way, you go and tell them how you you got to teach people how to treat you.
Yeah.
It don't work. We live in this fairy tale world where we be like, you know, I want you to read my mind, or why didn't you do this for me? It's not my job to do that for you. It's not your job to do that for me. And I had to accept that too. I wanted somebody to come and save me for real. Like, come save me from the way I'm feeling. And I'm sitting there with all the tools. It's the equivalent of you sitting there with the screwdriver, the whole tool bag, and like ain't nobody came and screwed it in for me. Why would they do that when you got the screwdriver right here? Right? That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like when you're not taking responsibility. Like there's a language that you should know, right? Like the language is like, or this is how you know if you kind of play the blame game, if you're not taking responsibility. If you do stuff like, you make me mad, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have did this if you didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or if only this person would have showed up, it should be I showed up, or I was mad, or, you know, I got it done regardless of this person not showing up. Like, we gotta take that from people. That's not theirs. Like, why you giving that to them and that's not for them? You feel what I'm saying? So it's not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing too. I would just double down on that to highlight that, because, you know, I want us to be responsible here and not. I don't want us to be a trigger here, even though we talk about triggers and telling you that, you know, I don't want to just seem very reckless when we discussing what we discussing, but to what Cole was saying, like, you know, you are responsible for the cleanup. You know what I'm saying? You may have not made the mess. I want to tap back actually to when Cole was. What was it? Damn, I had it. What was it? Teach people how to treat you is what he said. And a lot of times, all right, so you teach people how to treat you by having boundaries, by having standards, by, you know, having self-respect, by having, you know, integrity, and you moving a certain kind of way. Because I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, when I was in my younger years, certain women I wouldn't even approach because I could tell she was on her shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could tell all of the boy games that I'm on, she not going for none of that. So I wouldn't even try to go over there and try to run a game that I play on her, you know? Yeah. And the reason for that is because she carried herself in a certain kind of way. So teach people how to treat you. And if somebody felt like they can go with the move on you, whatever the case is, chances is because you probably wasn't carrying yourself in a way that showed or displayed that. to where your standards wasn't apparent, to where your boundaries wasn't apparent. You see what I'm saying? And then you put you put trust in this person to the point to where you gave them the power to determine your sanity, your emotional state, I say sanity. I was about to say your mental state, but you just put all this in this person's hands, and then you got hurt. But you got hurt because you blinded. You allowed yourself to be blind in the first place, or you just didn't have the tools to move about and protect yourself. And ultimately, hopefully by the end of this broadcast, you guys are able to realize that sometimes the problems start with you. You know, yes, people do things to offend us, but because I didn't have a defense system for that, not just being defensive and just being, you know, some people just go around with walls up. I don't mean defensive like that. I just mean, okay, once somebody hurt me in this way before, like, I'm not gonna let them hurt me in this way again. Right? I know how to maneuver. I know how to look at that. I know if somebody do something and disrespect me, they did that because they need help. They struggling, they suffering. They just kind of projecting their pain onto me. It's not really my fault. And then you can go pray for that person, and then you can go about and live your life. You ain't got to stay stuck and suffer from the people. You know what I mean? From the actions that they did. So that's just one tool that I just want to make sure that everybody, the listeners, get at by the end of this. It's just like, stop giving so much power to people who hurt you, because the longer you stay in the blame game lane, hey, it's gonna be a tough road for you.
Know the language though. You gotta know the language. You gotta know what you're telling yourself. Like, you gotta stop going through life like, hopefully I have a good day today, or, you know what I'm saying, if they don't play with me, then this gonna be, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna have a good day today. Like when you do that, when you say that, you putting it in somebody else's hands. You know what I mean?
Here go a fire one, cool.
Yeah.
They don't want me to. They don't want me to be successful. They don't want me to do that and the third. It ain't that they don't want you. You're not allowing yourself. You don't want you to do it. Talking about they don't want me to look good. Yeah.
Stop it. You ain't go to the gym today. Stop playing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, but that's a big one for me, man. Like, I had to take my emotions back. I had to take my life back, my quality of life back from people, you know, especially from people who weren't qualified to make those decisions for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm going throughout my day, and it's like you gotta perform for me to perform, and that's not how that's supposed to go. You know what I mean? Like, I can't even get nothing done for real unless you show up.
So when you know, right, I feel that. So that's what you mean by, like, you gotta perform in order for me to. So in order for me to get anything done or whatever, I need you to be perfect for me, so that I need shit to be ideal. I need you to make things ideal for me to be able to function. Gotcha.
In order for me to have a peaceful car ride, nobody can get over on me. You know what I'm saying? In order for me to have a good day at work, everybody gotta come in and be my coworker gotta speak to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's too much. That's too much. Like, you giving them jobs they ain't even sign up for.
Some people ain't even sign up for that, and it ain't their job.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I want you to really flirt with that thought of, like, just identify your language. Like, what's the language? Like, how do you like think about the stuff that you say to yourself and be conscious of, hey, is this me taking responsibility, or is this me blaming them? And it should sound more like I'm gonna have a good day regardless. Yeah. It should sound like I'm gonna be peaceful regardless. It should sound like, you know, I'm gonna have a good night's sleep regardless of what's going on. Or it should sound like, hey, this is not happening like it should. What do I need to do to make it happen?
Yeah.
That's how it should sound. Like, it's on you. It is. Is it unfair? Probably. It's probably unfair that you came through and, you know, you gotta manage other people's emotions, because that's part of it, right? We think it's only managing our emotions, but we also gotta manage other people's emotions as well. That's part of that emotional intelligence.
Hold on, you gotta break that one down for me, Cole.
Yeah,
how do we manage other people's emotions if we are responsible for our own emotions and it's not their job to manage ours? Like, explain that to me.
Yep. So in order to manage other people's emotions, we gotta manage how we react to other people's actions. You know what I'm saying? You know, so if you coming in and told you having a bad day, I'm not about to also have a bad day. That's managing somebody. That's managing somebody else's emotions, right? Or next level is Toe, you having a bad day. Hey, what's up, Toe? How you doing? I know something is going on with Toe, so I'm reacting differently. You know, most of the time we be like, oh man, having a bad day. You could go in on and stay over there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we be in relationships and you got your partner. You got your partner having a bad day, and you gonna turn around and also have a bad day? No.
Yeah.
If you got it, go ahead and give it out. You know what I'm saying? We're supposed to be living in a world of abundance. Like you're not just doing this for you. Like you're not just managing your emotions just to manage your emotions. You managing your emotions also to help the people around you. You know what I'm saying? Like I got my partner, like my girl, like she having a bad day. Okay, cool. How can I help? You know what I'm saying? Not, oh, she having a bad day. I'm gonna go ahead on and let her stay over there on that side. You feel me? You know, so that's levels to it, you know? And it's a liberation that comes from like that freedom is in the responsibility. Like you be talking about living your best life. You ain't living your best life if Riri could still piss you off. You know what I'm saying? If Lil Ricky could still call your phone and you upset. You know what I'm saying? Leave Lil Ricky alone.
We need to get Lil Ricky on the show, y'all.
Hey, they got so many Lil Rickys out here. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I damn near used to be a Lil Ricky. I'm not gonna lie to you, you know? And I think I want to speak on this too, man. We have an intimate and deep relationship with our emotions, you know, with our emotions that's already set. You know, sometimes I feel like, you know, I have this deep rooted thing to it. It's like the alone feeling that I got when I was in my childhood, right? And I feel like when I'm feeling alone, that's kind of like me time for real, you know. And when I'm pushing it away, I feel strange. I feel like I'm chopping off a piece of myself.
Pushing away the alone time?
No, the alone feeling, really. I'm sorry. So the alone feeling that I get when I'm inside of that feeling, I feel like that's me time. Right? I feel like that's like I'm sitting there like I'm alone and I'm engulfed inside of the feeling. You know what I mean? Like it's a lot of times in my life where really that feeling really got me through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like that feeling of me being alone, that identity that I had of being alone, it allowed me to get away from my ex. It allowed me to do this solo thing where I kind of focus on myself, you know? But in the long run, it's detrimental to me actually getting back out and mingling with people, you know, and maybe asking for help. You know what I'm saying? Or
was it because you wasn't like regulating it? Like you it was like an on switch that you didn't know how to like when and how to turn it off, or?
Well, I feel like I was trying to do that, right? But I think the principle that I believe now is how you do anything is how you do everything, right? So it's never being alone for me. It's who is in my circle. You know what I'm saying? And it's what I have to do by myself versus what I have to do with others. You know what I mean? So like I'm not like the alone thing might stem from I'm talking to buku women and you know they may not be stewarding my feelings the way I want them to steward my feelings. You know what I'm saying? And it's really the women that I was keeping around me. It had nothing to do with me having to be alone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or it's what was the second point I said? I don't know. It was keeping people around me. It's something else, right? Like you gotta know how to go in there and articulate those feelings. You know, we be using one thing for everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm somebody who need to be alone all the time. And so you missing out on opportunities because you feel like you're supposed to be doing stuff by yourself. Yeah. You're not. You just wasn't supposed to be doing it with them. Yeah. You feel me?
That's also very important. Cause everything ain't compatible. Everybody not compatible for every journey that you're on. You know what I'm saying? The people that you're used to being with, being around, hanging out with ain't necessarily suitable for what's current for you or what's next for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's a real thing.
But get some practical things, man. Get some practical habits. You know, because you need habits to regulate your emotions. You need habits. You got to journal. You got to talk to people about it. You have to be conscious. You have to stop yourself before your reactions. And even if you don't stop yourself after your reactions, you have to, even if you don't stop yourself before your reactions, after your reactions, you need to stop after that. You know, mid thing, whatever you're doing, and hey, what was that? I need to journal that. I need to go ahead and throw that in my phone right quick, and I need to reflect on it later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can develop habits to actually, you know, take control over this thing, over these emotions. Because it's yours to take control over.
Let me say this. You said something, journaling. You're like, man, let me journal this. You know what I'm saying? Let me journal this emotion or this thought. And people hearing that might think that that's kind of corny, right? To journal it, write it down. But that if you feel like that for whatever reason, I think that's more of a reflection on how not serious you taking this. Because if you truly feel like you need help with something or something is a problem, like that is an awesome way to document where you are today. And like, yo, this is what I'm struggling with at this moment. And I'm trying my best to figure out how to overcome this. The fact that you even took time out to do that, to solidify what's going on right now, there will come a time where you get past it, you grow, you get stronger in that area, and then you can go back and read and be like, damn, I remember when I wrote this down. You know, I was battling with this and I just couldn't figure it out. But look at me now, you know? And then you get to like relive that moment like in a different way. You know what I'm saying? And you could be proud of yourself for your growth. Journaling is very, very powerful. It's not something that I'm consistent with doing, but it is something that I believe myself need to take more seriously. Not because I think it's corny or nothing. It's just that I just truly believe, and I have, you know, I've witnessed people's testimonies about journaling and the power of journaling. So I just thought I'd add that. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely something that's a powerful tool.
Yeah, it has to be a habit. That's why we start and stop it. You know, we be trying to look for you're right. I could be good for tomorrow mechanism, and you know, microwave. Remember the microwave. You know, and maybe we should just focus on journaling for now. You know, don't even really worry about the, you know, you be missing the reactions that you catch and stuff like that. Like habit stack. You know, get the journaling, and then after you get the journaling, you get the meditation. Maybe after you get the meditation, you know what I'm saying? And put that in order. I really, you know, I'm saying journaling before meditation, but you should actually probably meditate first. You actually try to meditate first and then start the journal, like habit stack. Stack this thing. You don't have the habits and you don't have the, like put it like this. If you don't have the habits to make your life better, then you don't deserve a better life. Okay. That's the truth.
If you don't have the habits, yeah, I guess so, because the habits is what creates your experience. So I agree with that. Yep.
And you know, listen, I didn't. This is a conversation that we're gonna continue to have. I feel like I didn't cover. You can never cover everything. I found myself trying to do that too. I found myself trying to give the big points when, you know, I do that. What I was just saying, I try to microwave this thing out. You know what I'm saying? And we just need to continue to talk about it. We need to continue to bring awareness about it. You know, continue to talk to your friends about it. Like Toe said, if you don't feel like it's cool, then you ain't really serious. You're not really trying to like you comfortable with emotion with your life in other people's hands.
Yeah.
You know, and you don't want that to happen.
The biggest thing Cole said that was going to be one of my final points was, he said, you know, awareness, but more importantly, just self-awareness, because with self-development, with the personal growth, self-awareness is the key to it all. Like, that's the initiator of it all. It's just being self-aware, because without being aware that there is a problem, you won't fix nothing. Nothing will get done. Nothing will get fixed. Nothing will change. And so just having self-awareness, and just ultimately, man, like, just remember, if you getting upset about something, it's not whoever upsetted you fault. Upsetted ain't a word, but I'm from New Orleans and that's how we talk, so it is what it is. It ain't whoever upsetted you fault, right? They just did something that you perceived in a way that you felt was distasteful, and then you conjured up an emotion towards that perspective. That's your business. It's not their fault. It's not their business. It's not their problem. You understand me? So if you feel some type of way about something, check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself or wreck them.
I'm gonna make a short later.
Might as well.
I'm gonna make a short later, so stay tuned for that. It's time for us to go, fellas and gentlemen and fellers and fellettes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Take us out the game, too.
Man. Well, we just want to personally thank each and every single one of y'all for being the best part of the Free Will Podcast, for being the best part of the Free Will family. If you are watching this for the first time, welcome. And we hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we hope this is not the last time you see us. We hope this is not the last time we see y'all. Man, we just want to let y'all know that y'all can meet us here next Friday, 8:30 Central Time. Well, I said 8:30, but I think we tried this new thing where we releasing them at an earlier time. So we switching it up a little bit, so it might not be 8:30, but you can catch us Friday for sure. Right here on the Free Will Podcast channel. Thank you. And
yes, sir.
Cool. Let them know they can't. Look, let me back it up. We might have to cut this one.
Listen, it's late, y'all. It's late.
Nah, look, let them know that they can catch us here next Friday.
8:30 Central Time. Not 8:30.
Yeah, that's why I stopped
listen,
because I said
right.
8:30.
Listen. It's probably gonna be around 4 o'clock. Listen, no matter what, don't meet us there. Beat us there. You heard me?
That's all I'm trying to get to.
Yeah,
That's it.
You heard me?
But y'all have a good evening. Catch y'all on the next one.